Welcome back to the IBFP. Here's your host, Boxing Nuke.
Welcome back, fight fans. Let's just dig right into it. Deontay, the Bronze Bomber Wilder, comes out and says, I do not know what Tyson Fury's weaknesses are. That's a direct fucking quote from Deontay Wilder. This goes to prove that this man knows nothing about boxing when it comes down to basic understanding of what you need to do. Even if you see Deontay Wilder's stance, it's awkward and it's off. It's not a technically advanced stance. This is a guy who's had about 40 fucking fights, a guy who should be more intelligent when it comes to these things. And Deontay Wilder just does not seem to grasp what it takes to fight at an elite level. You have to understand that the reason why that Deontay Wilder is basically a knockout machine, a knockout artist, is the fact that he has a very powerful right hand, and that is to be appreciated. He's a very enjoyable fighter to watch because you don't know where the punches are going to come from. You don't understand, what he's going to do. They call him Windmill Wilder for a reason. So let's understand that and be clear that, Deontay Wilder, because of his power, that makes him an intriguing fighter to watch, and he's pretty much in every fight just because of his power. If you can negate his power, then you can basically stop Deontay Wilder because he has no boxing ability. You have to look at Deontay Wilder from his first fight to his last fight, and not anywhere in between did he ever improve on his fighting style, period. He's never improved fighting style wise, and the fact that he comes out and makes this statement and basically saying you don't know what Tyson Fury's weaknesses are proves to me that Tyson Fury will dominate you. Just as I'm predicting, I believe Tyson Fury is going to come in and dominate Deontay Wilder for 12 rounds and may even stop him late in the fight. I think Tyson Fury has the power to stop him, and the reason why I think so is I've seen Deontay rocked and hurt by many fighters. I've seen him rocked and hurt by, Spilka, Molina, and I've also seen him rocked and hurt by Luis Ortiz. And so these are all fighters that are fundamentally flawed. If you look at Molina, he's not an elite level fighter. He's basically a taxi driver. So is Spilka. Then you look at a guy like Luis Ortiz, who's a decent enough fighter, but he's never been a world champion, never fought elite competition. He's also close to 40 years old, very overweight, on high blood pressure. You can't expect him to come in and compete with an elite level heavyweight, which people try to make that Wilder is. He's not an elite level heavyweight, and neither is Luis Ortiz. So basically, you have to understand that these guys have never been in, Deontay Wilder's never been in with the best. And the guys that he's been in have all been flawed. His opponents have been carefully picked. There's a reason why Deontay Wilder screams the loudest and says he wants to fight Anthony Joshua, but turns around and says, I lost my pen. Who the fuck says that? Who turns down life-changing money? Then he comes out with the bullshit narrative and say, the $50 million. Who turns that down? Anthony Joshua asked for it and turned it down. You have to understand that Deontay Wilder is not the A side in any negotiation with Anthony Joshua. He brings one belt to the table and no fans. That's basically what he does. He has a bunch of fanboys. We have to call it like it is. Deontay Wilder will be dominated by Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury's in immaculate shape. Deontay Wilder has never improved over his career. In every fight that he's fought, he's gotten outboxed. He's been outboxed, and the one thing that Tyson Fury does is he outboxes his opponents, and he's very technical. You can go back and look at any of his fights and see, they may be boring, they may be dull, say what you want, but Tyson Fury will win this fight, and it's because he's a better fighter than Deontay Wilder. He knows how to get around a guy like this. Deontay Wilder was losing every round to Luis Ortiz. Every fucking round. And it's a shame that the judges were pretty much scoring that fight completely questionable, because Deontay Wilder did not win one round in my opinion. Even the rounds he got the knockdown, it seemed very questionable. Luis Ortiz is a much better fighter, much better boxer than Deontay Wilder. He got caught with some hard shots, and that was the end of it for him. I also think that, you got to look at it like this. Did Deontay Wilder get some help in that fight? Absolutely. Did he get more time to rest and recover from a doctor? Was he out on his feet? Did he stop defending himself? Absolutely. So these are all factors. And since he's been rocked by lower level fighters such as, a Molina and a Spilka, and he's been caught cleanly, and you've seen him hurt, and Chris Arreola, you've seen him wobbled to some degree. Imagine what Tyson Fury can do to this guy if he catches him clean and flush on the chin. And I expect Tyson Fury to put on a boxing masterclass, outclass and outbox Deontay Wilder for 12 rounds and maybe even stop him. Once again, it's the IBFP giving it to you unbiased, real, and raw. Please share, like, and you must absolutely subscribe.